Hi, Mark Yegge here, Wealth Architect, and in this video, we're going to talk about passive income. Now, it may not be exactly what you think, and so I want you to take a few moments, watch this video, and we'll unpack the difference between passive income, real passive income, active income, and how you can get it. All right, so a lot of people are interested in making passive income. I mean, it sounds pretty good, right? I mean, you just basically invest in something and then you sit back and you let the money pay you, right? I mean, isn't that what we're after all our lives anyway? I mean, we work all our lives and they tell us that when we're 65 or 67 and a half or whatever the number is, that we can retire, we can create this passive income from Social Security, which is not much, if you even get it. And if you've saved enough and invested enough, then you can have some of that create your passive income so that you can live. The only problem is if you wait that long, you're probably a little decrepit and old and, maybe you haven't taken care of yourself, or maybe you have, but you don't have a lot of time to really enjoy the work that you've put in for the last 40, 45 years. And so what I believe is that you should try to create passive income as soon as you possibly can. And if you have your living expenses such that you don't live extravagantly, you can live really well, but not extravagantly, create your lifestyle rather than have it programmed by the society's rules, then if you can create that lifestyle and make it one great for you, then you can live passively. And you just have to decide that that's something for you. So the definition of passive income, let's just call it a loose definition because there's a lot of definitions out there. It's having your money make you money or making money while you're sleeping, okay? And so if you're asleep and you still got a check coming in because you own some real estate, well, by and large, that's passive income. We're going to talk about the fallacy of that kind of passive income in just a second. If you go to work and you're making active income, in other words, you're exchanging your time for money, that's active income. And that basically means that you don't have that freedom. A lot of times we don't have that freedom. We give that up because we get the security of trading our time for money. But if you want to create passive income such that it funds all of your living expenses, that's true freedom. You don't have to go to a job and exchange time for money. If your expenses are $4,000 a month, but you bring in $5,000 a month in passive income, well, then your expenses are funded by your passive income and you can do what you want. In my case, what I do is I travel the world and I like to work from wherever I am. I call it work. It's really more like play. I help 6- and 7-figure investors play offense and defense legally by creating safe passive income. And so I get to do that from anywhere in the world, and I get to help people from wherever I am. And that gives me the freedom that I want. Other people want freedom just to not have a mortgage payment, and that's fine. Or other people want freedom to spend time with their family, and that's fine. Whatever it is for you, but make your own decision on what passive income is. And so let's talk about what passive income is. The number one passive income generator that most people think about when they think about passive income is real estate. And they say, well, if I just buy a house and then I rent it out to somebody and they pay the mortgage or maybe a little bit more, then that's passive income. And if you own enough of those, then that's great. The problem is, let's say you have a mortgage of $750 a month on that property and you're leasing it out for, let's say, $950 a month. Who pays the insurance on the property? Probably you. That's the homeowner's insurance. And then you have renter's insurance that covers the contents, but that's the renter does that, but you still have to cover if the house burned down. You have to pay the maintenance and you have to pay the taxes. That's great. As long as you make that enough money to cover all that, then you're good. Problem is, what happens when the tenant moves out and you have graffiti? Somebody breaks in and paints graffiti all over the side of your of the walls inside the house, which has happened. And what happens when you have to go and repaint the whole thing, or you have to replace all the kitchen cabinets because they're full of oil, or you have to replace the air conditioner because it's getting old, or the roof? And these things have all happened to me in my career owning passive income vehicles. Passive. I still own some. I'm trying to get out of all my real estate essentially because while real estate gives you some great benefits, and there are a lot of tax benefits, which we're not going to cover in this video, it also has some pitfalls with it. For me, some of the pitfalls are this: liquidity. Like if I want to sell a stock today, I click a mouse and I'm out. Doesn't take more than a thought and a click. But if I want to get out of real estate, it has to be shined up, looking pretty good. And even if you don't want to do that, you have to get it appraised. Somebody else has to appraise it for their bank. Somebody has to qualify for a mortgage. You have to list it with a real estate agent most of the time. And you have to pay somebody to do it. It takes weeks, if not months, to sell real estate. You have to find the right buyer. And so to get out of real estate and to get into real estate takes a lot of time. There's a liquidity issue there, but there's some benefits. Most people that I know that are in real estate make about 15% a year, they think. And that works. They get what's called phantom income and some other tax benefits as well. But I can just tell you that I own a piece of property, which is a light industrial piece of property. The property doesn't make a huge amount of money for me. And I've owned it with a partner for several years now, over a decade. We still don't have an appreciation in the property more than what we paid for it. Each year, it breaks even to make some. It's a decent income, but it's not worth it for me to deal with all of the issues, the tenants moving out, new tenants, real estate agents, cleaning it up after tenants move, resurfacing parking lots, dealing with the little squabbles that the tenants have. That's not passive income. So while it was billed as passive income, you just buy this and you rent it out, and even when it was full, the tenants paying them, the rent is great, but it doesn't always happen. Right now, I've got some vacancies and it's creating some issues. And I look at myself going, why am I still doing this? And so passive income, when it comes to real estate, you have to really be considerate of whether it's passive income or not. So don't kid yourself just because you own a couple of homes that it's passive income. I've owned sixplexes. I've owned light industrial pieces of property. I've owned homes. I've owned Airbnbs. I've owned a lot of different things, and none of them yet has proven to be passive income. A lot of people buy a place and they rent it out as an Airbnb. Well, if you don't have a property manager, same thing with regular home ownership when you're renting it out. If you don't have a property manager managing it, you're the manager, it's not passive. If you're running an Airbnb and you don't have somebody managing it, cleaning it, handling the handyman, it's not passive. It's active income. I mean, it might be less active than your job, but it's active income. I was just speaking with somebody on the phone today who does hard money lending. And so she's taken some money and she's lent it to people, and she's gotten first, second, or third mortgages on the house. The second and third mortgage to me are worthless. She's lent out that money, and it's hard money basically means you're supposed to get a little bit more or a lot more than is normally paid by a bank. If a bank is, you're paying a bank 3% for a home equity line of credit or a mortgage, you might pay 10 or 12% for a hard money loan because some of those people don't qualify or they just need it for a couple months or whatever. But she was also telling me she's had some of these things that have been due for over a year and a half, and they haven't paid them off. But she can't really foreclose because they're third position or second position mortgages. And when you're in that position, you have no power unless the property's improved dramatically and you have the cash to be able to pay off the first mortgage. And so hard money lending is not so passive either. So we've got Airbnb that's supposed to be passive. We've got hard money lending that's supposed to be passive. We've got regular real estate buying and renting it out that's supposed to be passive. And they're not passive. Real estate can be passive though. Here's when it's passive, when it becomes big. If you're buying a big apartment complex with a couple of hundred units, for example, and you rehab it, you fix it up, right? You get your money back after doing a cash out refinance and you get the rents higher and things like that. But you've got a property manager. Then they send you a check or you get money when you sell it. And that's more like passive income. Real estate in general is not passive income. Buying raw land is not passive income. There's usually no land. There's usually a cost, taxes, payments, things like that. And so I want you to be more conscious about what they tell you is passive income. And you have to decide for yourself, how much work is there for me? If it's a side hustle, if it's money on the side, admit it. Say, I'm working extra. I'm going to go and weed the apartment complex on the weekend. I'm going to go paint the side of the house on the weekend, whatever, then that's fine. But don't be deluded into thinking that that's passive income. Now, let's talk about some other things, and I can't get into all of them. But I want to talk about some other kinds of passive income. You can invest in things like dividend stocks, for example, and they'll pay you a dividend every quarter. Some of them pay them every month, and that's passive income. I happen to have a stock trading system that uses options, and it creates passive income. Slightly active. You can spend about 20 minutes a week and make really, really great passive income, 1 or 2% a week. That's not for everybody, though. But there are ways in the stock market that you can create passive income, like dividends and like the one I just mentioned to you. You can also give your money to somebody who's a professional real estate investor and trust them and hope that they send you a check every month or every year or every quarter. That's passive income. You can lend money out. And if you have, good collateral, then it can be passive income, right? If it's not a hard money loan that's in the third position or something like that, then you want to be able to, do that as passive income. There's some other ideas. You can put some money in some dividend funds, not just dividend stocks, but dividend funds. You can invest in angel stocks and, angel companies that go out and, seed capital other different companies, and hopefully you can make some money on that. There's a little bit more risk involved with that. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. Now you can also do side hustles. Side hustles are active income, right? If you want to have an Amazon store, if you're the one that's doing the shipping, it's active income. However, if you write music, for example, once you write the song, you put it up on iTunes or Spotify, it becomes passive income. I have several books that are on Amazon that are passive income for me, audiobooks, ebooks, those kinds of things. I have courses that to me should be passive, but they're active because I take a very big interest in what happens with the students that are in my courses. And I have masterminds that I also take an interest in. So I'm just throwing out some of these ideas to you. If you have a parking garage, for example, if you're running it, that's active income. But you know what? You can have parking garage. You can set up a tow truck company. You could set up a parking meter company, and you can have those things kind of self-manage. And then you can just kind of once a month collect the money, do the accounting. Not quite passive, but pretty close. So I just want to get your arms around some of these things and your eyes open to what passive income really is. Because if you want true passive income, you have to be very determinative about what is passive income for you. And if you do the right thing, you can sit back and collect those checks and be financially free.
How can we help you? 5 ways. First, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell below to make sure you get our new video the minute it comes out. Second, get a copy of my book, Hacking Money, and you'll learn a system for creating wealth through passive income so that you can build the lifestyle of your dreams. Click where it says book below. Third, if you want to hit the ground running, or if you want to learn how to invest from someone with over 44 years of investing success, click the products and programs link below. Fourth, if you want to accelerate your path to increase your wealth, consider joining one of my ecosystems. I have mentorships and mastermind programs for learning that are practically guaranteed to make you a successful investor. Or if you want to travel the world and learn from me and other multimillionaires on the path to greatness, you should consider joining my elite mastermind group. Fifth, if you want some help right now because you have a burning issue, you need something solved, you want to create massive passive income, or you want to accelerate your results in your investments, or maybe you just want personalized mentorship to build the lifestyle of your dreams, we can help. Maybe you're a multimillionaire who just wants someone else to handle some of your investing decisions and you want to invest in one of my funds. Whatever it is for you, click on the link below where it says Become a Client. All those links are below. You create your world, nobody else. And remember, never give up your power in your health, your wealth, or your time.